Good morning. Happy Friday, and day after Christmas. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday, whatever it is that you celebrate. And if you didn't celebrate a holiday, I hope your day was wonderful as well. Me, I celebrated with my daughter and my grandkids and my two great grandsons. They just had a really good time, and I just love them. So, whatever holiday you celebrated, I hope it was wonderful. You'll have to forgive me this morning. I am under the weather. I have been for a week. This is what happens when you eat junk food. Not get enough sunlight, yeah, not enough rest. This is what happens when you don't take care of yourself. But I've chosen to forgive myself as I heal. So anyway, the reason I came on this morning in my pajamas, that morning look, is because now I'm reading all kind of posts about kicking out 2025. It was a bad year. It was a crazy year. Oh, it sure was. It was a crazy year. All kind of things. It was like, I called it the year of revelation. I know a lot of things are being uncovered all over the place. Rightly so. Rightly so. Yes, it was foretold. It sure was. But now, what I'm reading, and this is the thing that I wanted to mention, is how now that all this 2025 hoopla is going to be behind us, 2026 is going to be a great year. It's going to be different for us, and because now all that old stuff is gone. Let me just tell you a little secret. Unless you've addressed all that old yuck in your life, that stuff in here, unless you've addressed it, it's going to be there in 2026. Just because the year ends doesn't mean what you've been holding on to for years is going to disappear. It doesn't just disappear. Yeah. They say, oh, well, I got rid of this person in my life and I'm just getting rid of that person in my life. Well, listen. Maybe you did free yourself from some people, but unless you understood why they showed up in your life, they're just going to show up again. They show up again. And it may not be in that particular body, but look, the lesson keeps showing up until it's learned. You wouldn't have had it any other way. I promise. You would say, oh, not me, I would not. Yeah, you did. You did. You are projected into this human avatar, if you will, this amazing body, and you're here to have a human experience. And you set things in place that you wanted to experience. And some things are set in stone. Other things are not. So whatever things you have not conquered, learned in 2025, they'll be sitting right there at 12:01 for you in 2026. So look, understand, everybody in your life is a mirror. They're showing you things about yourself. Remember, you attract where you're at. If you got a bunch of negative belief system going on up in here, or you're holding on to bitterness, anger, resentments, if you're holding on to that, thinking you're justified in doing so, you haven't learned anything. All this stuff that you're holding on to because you feel like you're justified doing it, it shows back up in 2026. It doesn't go until you acknowledge what you got going on. Yeah. I'm not saying you got to sit there and brood about it. Acknowledge your negative belief system. Yeah, acknowledge it. You think you should beat up the world when they piss you off? You think it's okay to never speak to that person again? Look, maybe you don't need to speak to people ever again. But what are you holding on to? When you hold on to anger and bitterness, you're not hurting anybody but yourself. It will sit in your body and rot, and you will decay from the inside out. When you hold on to anger and bitterness and all that nasty stuff, it don't hurt anybody you're mad at. Mm-mm. No. And I read so many comments, little snide comments on the internet talking about all kind of stuff and how it's not hurting their feelings. If it wasn't hurting their feelings, they wouldn't keep talking about it, because they keep talking about it. Yeah. Look, if something's not serving you in life, address it. A lot of people want to hold on to other people that keep hurting them. And you just keep trying to prove how wonderful you are. But they keep hurting you. Look, they're doing you a favor. They're saying, hey, wake up, yo. Wake up. Look, I'm here to hurt you. You're supposed to choose yourself. You're supposed to rise above this. I'm going to keep showing up, and I'm going to keep being sweet. And then when your guard is down, I'm going to do something to hurt you. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, I learned that one over and over and over. Yeah, but I finally got it. That's why, look, a lot of people say, how can you be so cold-hearted? I'm not cold-hearted. Not at all. If I see something is not serving me and something is not beneficial to me, I cut that off. It's a wrap. Done. Stamped. Processed. Yeah. But I won't hold bitterness and resentment. I see it for what it is. Lesson learned. Thanks for showing up. Yeah. Is it simple as that? Yes, it can be as simple as that. It surely can. I see people writing songs and singing songs, oh, woe is me, you hurt me, you dog, you this. Look, it showed up to show you something about yourself. If you're holding on to the pain and the resentment, it's going to sit in your body. Do you know kidney stones, heart disease, high blood pressure, migraines, all that stuff? Do you know that osteoporosis in your bones, when your bones get brittle and stuff, that's resentments and bitterness. Let it go. Let it go. It's not worth carrying. You're better than that. Yeah. All the hurts, all the pain. Oh, I got rid of you now, so now I'm going to move on to the next year, and my life is going to be wonderful. If you're holding on to the pain and the resentment, all that unhealthy anger, because look, anger's healthy. Anger's healthy to the point where you're supposed to be angry at something. Something showed up in your life. It was supposed to make you angry. It was supposed to jig at you a little bit. Say, hey, what you going to do now? It's supposed to show you about yourself. It's okay to be angry. It's what you do with that anger that matters. Now, if you're going to lash out and try to hurt somebody back, get vengeance, well, look, you're going to go around that little merry-go-round one more time. You are. It's inevitable. You're going to go around. What you put out, you get back. Stop singing about woe is me. Be mindful of what you're playing on the radio. You ever see someone that's hurt? Oh, they find all the songs, don't they? All the songs, oh, you left me for this one. I'm going to rise above you. F you, bitch. Blah, blah. Oh, my God. Yeah. So anyway, 2025 is getting ready to go out the door. Let's examine ourselves, shall we? Let's get still this week before New Year's. Let's get really still and examine where we are. Let's be mindful not to take it into 2026 with us. Yeah. Do you want to be happy? You want a happier life? You want to attract better? Get still this week. Examine yourselves. What is not serving you? I heard somebody say, well, I don't believe the way you believe about how you should treat people that hurt you. Okay, well, you don't have to, but how's your life going? How's things panning out for you? Mm-hmm. Do the same type of things just keep showing up? Because they will. Remember, where you're at is what you're going to attract. You are a big magnet. Remember, everything mirrors you. People that come into your life, they're showing you, hey, this is where you're at. I know that might sound crazy to some. Chew on it. Well, when I checked the weather this morning, it was a crisp 9 degrees. Thank God for heat. All right, y'all. I'm not going to beat this down. Be sure to give grateful praise, thankfulness. Be thankful for everything that you have. Don't worry about what is not showing up in your life at this time. Be grateful for everything you have, all your blessings. Where you're at now, you prayed for one time or another. Yes. So be grateful for everything. I love the feeling of being grateful. I do. I love it because I am grateful. Mm-hmm. I'm grateful for every step I have ever taken in my life. I sure am. Yeah. Be grateful. Do your research. Sitting on the throne in here. You got kings in here that need to be dethroned. Kick them out. Kick them off the throne. Take charge of your life. It's time. You can have a wonderful life. Yes. Remember, you attract where you're at. Well, enjoy this last week of 2025. I'm grateful for my 2025. I'm grateful for everybody in my 2025. There'll be some that I will see in 2026, and there'll be some I won't. Yeah. I hope you have a wonderful day. My name is Nayoka Lynn. Namaste.